one tip I have is preparation meets opportunity. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Prepare your measurements, prepare your tubs, your utensils, your space, and prepare your oven temperature, everything that will lead you up for success and a successful bake. Today we got our Guinness, which is our St. Patty's sourdough special. So it's made with real Guinness, white cheddar, and we use our rice starter in there. So the combinations of flavors, for me, it's like that malt taste in it, which I love. So I'm glad we bring it back this year. Same recipe.
Creo que mantenerla, los ojos bien atentos en la masa. Y si estás horneando, tener un buen ojo para el detalle, para saber cuándo es el tiempo perfecto para sacarlos antes de que se vaya. Cuando estés horneando unos postres, tener mucho cuidado con la fermentación. La fermentación es muy delicada y es un pequeño detalle y en cada minuto es importante. Listo, ready.
So this is our jalapeno cheddar loaves, and then we have our Guinness white cheddar. These ones just came out of the oven. We're gonna be selling them for retail today. Always helps get to know your dough. Every day is a new challenge. Depending on like who mixes, if the dough is proofing faster than usual, or if it's proofing slower. So just knowing how to pivot and what else you can work on while you're waiting for today, for instance, like my pastries to get ready. I do the rack bake, which is the pastries, and I do bread. So every day is different. So some days the bread takes a little bit longer to ferment and be ready to score and bake off. Sometimes you have to score it, let it give it like floor time so then it can proof up. Sometimes that ranges from like 10 minutes to an hour. So in the morning, just really like seeing where your dough's at will let you know how long everything's gonna take to get ready for the day. So being able to adapt is what's key, and knowing like I said, like knowing what you're working with, knowing Harriet, the starter, so then you can adapt easily and pivot however you need to for the day.
What's my tip? I got no tips, I'm sorry. I'm tipless for you today.
Leer bien las indicaciones de los ingredientes y estar atento a todo lo que se hace al momento de mixtear. Todo el tiempo estar atento a la mix y prestar atención cada momento de lo que se está haciendo.
Label everything. We have a lot of moving parts, and just to mitigate confusion and make it easier for everyone, we just date everything. Because all our stuff goes to Mesa. I'm not entirely sure what their flow is. Sometimes their flow can change depending on certain things, so it's just best to date things, just in case. You have to date everything for a health code anyway, so it's just better to have a good habit of dating literally everything, like it can't hurt. So today and tomorrow is our busiest days, so we'll make over 1,000 probably. The secret to shaping is repetition, in my opinion. In my opinion, allegedly. Bake a lot, I guess, every day. Yeah, it's easy to get repetitions here. When we're training new people, we can only say so much until it just has to click.
To keep the bread at a controlled fermentation in this room, we keep it at 60 degrees. I, for one, have really bad circulation, I think, unconfirmed. So for me, I have to have 2 layers because it is so cold in here. I mean, the bread is nice and toasty, but I am not. But even though I'm constantly moving, I'm still not warm enough. It is right under this vent. It has so much air circulation. My ears get cold is really the issue. I mean, generally, the dough is at around 85 degrees, ideally, but the room is at least 20 degrees cooler. That way, between each fold, it doesn't over ferment by the time they have to cold ferment overnight. If the dough gets too warm, the rate in which it ferments is gonna increase. And then by the time you wake up in the morning, depending on your flow, shaping the dough or baking the dough, it's gonna be too far along. So, I mean, it's about 12 hours is like approximately how fast sourdough does its thing. If the dough's too warm, then it'll over ferment.
When it comes to lamination, I guess the most important thing about it is getting your temperatures right, getting the dough and butter temperature just right. So you don't want your butter to be too cold and you don't want the dough to be too cold either. You kind of want them to be the same temp. If they are not the same temperature, you will experience a lot of fracturing, kind of like what we got going on in this one right now. It's not a big problem. The only thing is that whenever you do have fracturing, the pastry quality won't be as good. What we do with those laminations is we'll turn them into a rosemary twist because the lamination is not important in those guys. So we do have room for error.